Hello, my divinities. Welcome, welcome. So, as we prepare a little space here today, I want to remind you guys how grateful I am for your support. Those of you who are subscribers, especially, because that is my main source of income. So I'm very, very grateful to those of you who are subscribing. And I know not everybody can. I know that some of you want to subscribe and you can't, and I understand that too. But I do have to extend gratitude to those who are able and do so. But I'm also grateful to those of you who contribute whatever way you can. The ones who make sure that you're commenting, sharing my posts, reacting to the posts, sending stars, donations, all of those things genuinely make an impact on my business and my life. So thank you for all of that. Now, today, my hands have had several little wounds. It's not going to stop me. Whoever's trying, it ain't going to work. So I might be a little slow shuffling, but bear with me. Today felt very witchy. So we're going to be doing the Seasons of the Witch, but the Samhain Oracle one. And then we're going to do the Everyday Witch Tarot. Has this as the back. And then we're going to be doing, for clarifiers, we're going to be using the Witch's Tarot, which looks like this, okay? So let's get started. What is the energy for today's collective? We've got Witch, number 43. We're not done though, hold on. The Underworld. And Voices, number 42. Okay. So let's read these. Let's start with number 42. So this card represents keywords encouragement and inner knowing. The message says, with a tug, the gut, feel them romance your very breath. Listen to the gentle flickering within your eyes, for this is where they glide. Voices surround us, but we have to listen carefully. The powers speak to us in so many different ways, encouraging us as we travel along our path. There is a voice that can be found in the plants, animals, colors, shapes, and rains. There are clues offering us guidance and encouragement as we make our way back to the true self. Spirit speaks to us in symbols, signs, faint sounds, and subtle cues. Our wise ancestors knew this. They knew everything has something to say for those who know how to listen, not just with their ears, but with their entire body, mind, and soul. This card has come to you as a reminder to listen to the guidance offered by Spirit through your environment. One of the best ways to connect is to go out in nature. Ask a question to the wind and listen for an answer. Perhaps a plant suddenly moves nearby, or something floats on the wind just in front of your face. These are all signs from Spirit to you. Ask your question and wait for the powers that be to answer. Be open about the ways an answer can appear. Look for synchronicities or consistent signs that come together to tell a story. Something is a sign if you feel a connection to it, no matter how silly it seems. Trust in your ability to receive the language of Spirit. The powers that be will see this and will offer more to you. Okay, number 40, the Underworld. Okay, so this card represents transition and judgment. Hand over your known, a shift is near. Take a leap, your journey is clear. In magic, the underworld is a place of transition between one life and the next, a place where you can retreat to replenish your soul and learn the details of your next human experience assignment. That doesn't mean you won't find judgment when you cross the veil. It is often said how you live one life will determine your abundance in the next. Those who go through life with loving, kind hearts will find prosperity and great love in the next. Those who are cruel will find themselves in a life of hardship and trauma as a way to atone for their unkindness. The message for this card is about transitions. It's about moving out of the old and into a new way of living. We've been clearing out baggage for a long time because it takes a long time to clear out ways of doing and thinking that make up our very ways of life. But it's time to step through the threshold into something new and different. This could be scary because it means something's had to die so that your new life may begin. You are more than prepared to handle this new path or it wouldn't have been given to you. Embrace the change, loved one. And last but not least, number 43, witch. So the keywords with this one are wisdom and alchemy. Grab hold. Allow the dwelling fire within belly awaken all that is. A mere glimpse, a delicate pull at the very roots, living the alchemy of self. Hello, beloved witch. You are the center of this card. Your energy, your strength, your wisdom. A witch taps into the healing powers of the earth and the wisdom of the powers that be, as well as the energy within us all. A witch can move energy to create any life of choice. A witch knows how to see signs in everything around her, which was also connected to voices. A witch uses her potions and spells to give healing and hope to all who seek her guidance, using her gifts for the good of all to heal and nourish. When the witch appears, believe that you are wiser than you know, and the thousands of years of wisdom from the wise ancient ones are available to you now. If you are finding your path to magic, this card is confirmation that you should continue to explore your craft. If you are an experienced witch, know that it's time to dig even deeper. Perhaps step up as a priestess and start your own coven. This message is even stronger if you have pulled the healer card. Okay. So let's put these aside. Let's see what the message is today. And we're going to do what we've been doing, where it's like one long message, and I'm just splitting it up into 3 different compartments, basically. So, tell me about today's collective. Okay, so we start with the 9 of Wands. What's the message for today? The Knight of Swords. The Ten of Swords. The Seven of Wands. One more. And the 8 of Swords. Okay. Overall energy, the Devil, followed by the 4 of Swords and the High Priestess. So this is interesting because I feel like it's about a lot of the feminines having to heal their perception around the word or title witch. I think that that's what it's going to come down to a lot. Because the word has been demonized. I'm sorry, I had a mosquito bite me several times before I killed it finally. But I'm like itchy all over, sorry. The word has been demonized. It's been turned into like shown as something evil. It's shown as something that you will be persecuted for. It's shown as something that's like the antithesis of God, everything that's demonic, yada, yada, yada. When in reality, a witch is the few that are tapped in to divine feminine energy. Now, can there be witches out there that do things that are unethical? Yes, obviously. But that doesn't mean that that is what a witch represents. And with the Devil here, a lot of you have been geared to have a very negative understanding of what that means. So with the 9 of Wands, I think this represents 2 different things to me. One, because of the stance, right? It shows someone who's been defending themselves nonstop. They have possibly been very aggressive when they are expressing their spiritual beliefs because they don't want to be looked down upon. They don't want to be looked at like they're dangerous. So they're being very like, you will not talk down to me. You will not, you know, and it's not wrong because in a way that's how they're establishing boundaries, right? But there's a change here. It's about, I feel like some of you have also perhaps carried over Like if in another lifetime you were persecuted for being a witch, if in another lifetime you were burned at the stake for being a witch, it could be that in this lifetime you carry a lot of that with you, and you are very not only aggressive, but you're expecting aggression from other people. You're expecting mistreatment and abuse from other people. So you're already prepared to this is the type of energy where you can be in the energy of trying to show people how powerful you are, because you want to let them know you don't fuck with me. So maybe you go around telling people that you're going to put them in jars, or you tell people on purpose that you're a witch because you want to inspire fear in them. And so I'm talking to two different groups of feminines. One group of feminine still struggles with the title or the word witch. They see it as demonic. They see it as something scary. It makes them very uncomfortable. They start worrying about if they're turning away from God, things like that. The other group of feminines I'm talking to are the ones who allow people, immediately tell people that they're a witch because they want to scare them. They want to elicit that fear. They want to elicit that "that's right, leave me alone" type of energy. And it's done as a self-protective mechanism. Both things, honestly. Both of these sides are you just trying to protect yourself. And in a way, it's understandable. But if you are somebody who's going to be representing divine feminine energy, all things that are associated with divine feminine cannot be something, either one, that you are scared of, or two, that you weaponize to scare other people. Okay, so let's see. Clarify Nine of Wands. Tell me about the Nine of Wands. Clarify the Nine of Wands. Okay, so we got the Five of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Knight of Pentacles. With the High Priestess being the overall energy, followed by the Empress, and the Five of Cups. So definitely dealing with divine feminine energy, right? But this collection here shows us that a lot of, and I used to be one of them. I just want to make that clear. When I explain these things to you, I am not trying to make you feel like I am superior to you and this is something I've never done, because I went through this as well. I was one of the feminines that had internalized misogyny because of what I was taught, right? I grew up in a very traditional Christian household. So I used to be someone who considered feminism a cancer, considered feminism a poison. I thought that they were going against what God wanted, yada, 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 So Five of Swords being the first thing indicates a blockage, a mental blockage. And it's not just a blockage about fear, although we also have that with the Eight of Swords. This is a blockage against, caused by teachings, caused by your environment. So this is going to be geared towards feminines who either, one, they were in an environment where they were taught that, here we go. They were taught that a woman has to be submissive, a woman has to be a mother, a woman has to be a wife, a woman has to be, it's like this deference. We have to defer to the masculine. We have to bow down to the masculine. We have to serve the masculine. When the masculine is putting on this face of like, I'm an emperor, in reality, most masculines are knights. They are not an emperor. And this is where I feel like a lot of you have accepted this. And the message, I didn't choose it, right? But I do agree with it. A lot of you have kind of accepted this to the degree where you excuse the behavior of the masculines around you. Like, well, that's just how things are, right? So you accept behavior that is immature. You accept behavior that is inconsistent because you just assume that, well, I matured faster. I should be the mommy. And that's not where we're at right now. Okay? Now, At its core, feminism is not about women not being mothers, women not being. At its core, feminism is about a woman being whatever the fuck she wants. Just like a man gets to decide what he wants to do, feminism is about that. If a woman wants to be a mother and a housewife, feminism will support her. True feminists will support her. If a woman wants to be a fighter pilot, feminists will support her. If a woman wants to have a lot of children, go for it. But if a woman wants to have an abortion, also go for it. That is her body. She gets to decide what she wants to do with it. So, I don't know why this dress keeps shifting over, sorry. So it's about really understanding what you've been taught and why you question those things, why it's difficult for you to accept some things and discard others. With the Knight of Swords, this is the energy of research. Start studying. Because I think a lot of people see feminism like a cancer because they assume that feminism is responsible for marriages not lasting and things like that. When in reality, marriages used to last longer because women couldn't leave. It's not until very, very recently in the 80s, I think, or the 70s, that women could start having their own bank accounts. It's not until recently that women were even accepted into the workforce. It very, very, very recently was something legal that a woman could refuse to have a child. There's so many things that I think people really forget. They choose to forget because they haven't studied it. They haven't looked it up. So it's like, go research it. Go look up those answers that you need. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. It's very connected to this because this is one of the reasons that women are feared. Let's put it that way. Women are feared. That's why a witch is a dangerous thing for the masculine system that we live in. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. Overall energy, the Empress, followed by the Five of Cups, the Four of Wands. And then to clarify the Knight of Swords, we've got the Eight of Cups, Three of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. A lot of you are going to possibly be very disillusioned when you do start researching, when you do start asking questions. There will be two types of disillusionment. For some of you, when you start looking into feminine energy and how it's been treated throughout history, there will be disappointment in the sense that you will realize that maybe your mother didn't want to be a mother. Maybe they had their own dreams, their own goals that they sacrificed because now they had children, now they had a husband, now they had to be, they believed that they could not pursue their ambition because, especially in the system, it is taught that a woman, a mother, has to be self-sacrificial. She has to give everything to her children. She can't have an identity of her own outside of being a mother. And it's going to break a lot of your hearts realizing that. Not only that, there will be others of you that realize that many feminines around you, women and men, because feminine is an energy, have been brainwashed into believing that this is it. The biggest moment for a woman is to get married. How many people have you heard say this is the most important day of your life when you get married? Really? That's it? Okay. It can be one of the most important days of your life, but it's not the most important day of your life. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's time. This shift, it's time. It's time we all take it as a collective. It's time we all look and question at our beliefs, because I'm telling you, I was taught a lot of the same things. And it's something that you have to unlearn. You have to unpack it little by little. Like, what does this mean? What power dynamics am I trying to understand here? Tell me about the Ten of Swords. tell me about the Ten of Swords. Ace of Wands, the Empress, and the Seven of Pentacles. With the Two of Swords as the overall energy, strength, and the Ten of Swords again. I think it's going to be very, once you start looking for answers, it's going to be very obvious. And you're going to get to make a choice. Your choice will consist of, do you want to continue perpetuating a lie? Do you want to keep living a lie? Or do you want to be disappointed because you're accepting reality, you're accepting a difficult truth, but do you want to keep going? Do you want to be inspired by that and say like, okay, maybe I have realized a fundamental truth that I had always accepted was wrong. It may create a little bit of cognitive dissonance, but I can invest and find out more. I can become invested in this topic because it affects me. It affects all generations of women, really. Because there has been a large push to make women feel this system, right, which is patriarchal, it's masculine in nature, has put in a lot of energy to make women feel like you're a sexual object. You will be weighed and measured and judged by your skin color, by your beauty or your lack of beauty, by your curves or your lack of curves, by your youth or your lack of youth, by your ability to have children or your lack of ability to have children, etc., etc. And so for this system to change, those beliefs need to change within ourselves, because as women, it's something we've been brainwashed to believe. And if we're not careful, we will continue teaching that to our children, whether male or female. Because honestly, I've seen mothers who are teaching their sons that they better find a woman that can cook so that they don't have to cook. They better find a woman who's clean, who's obedient, who's this, who's that. And they're perpetuating the same issue that we've been dealing with this whole time. Cooking is a survival skill. That is something both genders should know. Cleaning is a survival skill because, again, you don't want infestations or bacteria. That is something both genders should be doing without questioning it. That's automatic. Raising children should be done by both if they want their children to bond with them and respect them and love them and be healthy and balanced, etc. Like, I could go on about, there's so many things that are taught, oh, a man can only do this and a woman can only do this. There's a lot that really doesn't matter. It does not come down to gender. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. Five of Cups. Eight of Swords and the Hierophant again. Overall energy, the Magician, Nine of Swords, and Two of Cups. The biggest struggle you will have in breaking free of this mentality, some of you may get very defensive and start defending the system you've been raised in, because you've been taught that this is how you gain a partner, right? A lot of girls, as they're growing, little girls, as they grow into teenagers and adults, one of the main things that they're always taught is what boys or men like and don't like. Men don't like opinionated women. Men don't like women that beat them in games. You have to let the man win. Men don't like independent women. They like submission. They like to be the hero. They like to be the one teaching you. You have to pretend not to know. There's so many things that little girls are taught, preparing them to please their husband and their children. And a lot of you have been brainwashed into that, and you'll struggle to break free from that, because what if I don't get married then? What if, if you're already married or you already have a partner, what if my partner stops liking me because I accept this change? Or If you're single, what if I don't find a partner because I'm so focused on being independent and being empowered? And I think what you're missing there is the fact that if you can only get a partner through being the weaker species, through being the less intelligent and submissive species, you've got a weak partner. That's all I've got to say. Tell me about the Eight of Swords. The Tower. The Knight of Cups. Tell me about the Eight of Swords. And the Page of Wands. With the Ace of Cups, the Magician, Nine of Swords again. Opening up to your own personal power will be difficult initially. It will feel uncomfortable. It'll feel like you're being taken out of your element. Like, this is scary. This is unfamiliar. I don't know if I want this. I don't know if I want to continue learning about this. But it's kind of like right now what's happening with Palestine, right? A lot of people, they're like, I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about religion. I don't want to talk about this or that. In reality, that is a cowardly move, because that means that they don't want to confront the current system. They don't want to be difficult. That is exactly how the Holocaust happened. That is exactly how ethnic cleansing and genocides have continued until today. Because you may consider yourself a good person, but if you don't question the things that you find wrong, the things that you know are a problem, you are part of the problem, because you're allowing other people to continue getting away with it. So this is connecting to your power should never be something threatening. Because that's like saying, oh, I don't want my husband to be attractive because he might get someone else, he might leave me. Why would your partner feeling good about themselves be a threat to you unless you don't believe that you're important enough for him to want to be loyal, for him to want to stay and be consistent and stable and devoted? Same thing. Anybody who ever tells you, oh, this whole feminism thing you've got going on, it's really making me uncomfortable, that's their problem. That says they don't feel empowered. So you empowering yourself would be a problem for them. Let them keep that problem. Why is that yours? Why should you take that on? That's not your problem. Let's look at the next row. So for the next row, we've got the Ace of Cups again. We've got the Seven of Swords. We've got the Devil again. Got the Ten of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. With the Six of Cups. The Hierophant and the King of Pentacles with the Lovers. So this comes down to a lot of dynamics between what we believe we can receive when we hide who we are. Ace of Cups came out a while ago as at the bottom of the deck for clarifiers, and it came out again. I'm about to share something else with you. For those of you who have watched the movie called, what was it called? The Code, the Da Vinci Code, with Tom Hanks. That was an excellent movie. Excellent movie. And I think that it is very on point, because it is basically talking about the fact that the Holy Grail is a woman. The Holy Grail is the uterus. It's the womb. Look at even in cups in tarot, the cup represents the womb. Oh, I have a better, no, I don't have it here. So there's a, go look it up when you have time. Google the Thoth Tarot, Thoth, Thoth Tarot, Ace of Cups. And that Ace of Cups literally looks like the womb with the fallopian tubes and the ovaries. Because that's what the cup represents. The Holy Grail is the womb of a woman. And I love the movie kind of centered around a specific woman, when in reality, what they should have centered around was feminine energy. But they were close, very, very close. So you are disempowering yourself and disconnecting from divine energy when you say, I have to be this way. I have to behave this way. And it's out of fear. Seven of Swords and the Devil. It's this thing of, even when you do tap into your spirituality, if you're hiding it and you're just like, I'm a professional, I can't be, I can't be judged like this. I can't have people looking at me a certain type of way. I can't. All of that is coming from fear. It's coming from anxiety. It is not coming from a place of love. It is not coming from a place of healing. And it is most definitely not coming from a place of empowerment. So, I'm going to stop because I just realized we're crossing the 30-minute mark. And I will see you guys on part 2. Okay? Bye-bye.